Yours truly, Diamond K, in here alongside Mrs. Sweet Tea, RadioOnFire.com. How you doing?
I'm awesome.
All right, so a lot of things I want to talk about.
A lot.
Yes. Michel'le, the singer, Compton singer, came out with her biopic, Surviving Compton, and it has caused some internet chatter. Dr. Dre not happy about it, obviously. Let me say this. Michel'le was my first celebrity, like, crush. Did you know that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, like Michel'le. You know, big voice, little voice at the same time. Little talking voice, big singing voice from South Central. Dr. Dre is not happy about this movie because it projects him
as a woman beater,
which he is. He's
okay.
That's not the only thing he is, but he's definitely done it. It's been documented.
That's why he came up with Beats by Dre.
Oh man, he beat D Barnes, definitely. For those who don't know, she was a rapper and a video host back in the 80s. So do you have a problem with Michel'le telling her story? Because you're not a fan, obviously.
No, because her story, she's trying to make herself a victim, but
she is a victim.
She was a dummy.
Okay. Why is she a dummy?
Because she used her body, sex, to get what she want, to get to the top, and she paid for all the repercussions of her action.
Michel'le, coming up, a singer, hooks up with Ruthless Records, Dr. Dre, Eazy-E, actually Lonzo. She was on a record called Turn Off the Lights with the World Class Wrecking Crew, pre-NWA. So she was around them for quite some time.
I smashed too.
Yeah, but according to the film, she began dating Dr. Dre.
Out of convenience.
Okay, he already had kids. I mean, me being a producer and an artist, I've met a lot of women coming up.
Don't mean you gotta sleep with them.
No, that's true. That's true. As I recall, I don't remember dating anybody that I produced. Just thinking about it, but I mean, it could still happen, though.
Yeah, it happened, and she thought she was going to benefit from it, and she benefited from an ass whooping constantly, and then she drops the baby.
Let's. Dr. Dre and Michel'le was a good combination musically. No More Lies, you remember that song? Mm-hmm. Something in My Heart. Those were her big hits. But the album, to me, was a classic. I think it was a classic. You know, Lauryn Hill had a classic album. Her first album was a classic. Mm-hmm. She hasn't had anything after that. Mm-hmm. Michel'le had a classic album. Didn't have anything after that, really. Some scattered appearances. Her and Dr. Dre have a child.
Yeah, they have a child together. My thing is, I'm not for men beating on women. But when you stay in a relationship because of money or fame, then I have a problem with it. You're not a victim anymore.
What about the women that stay in relationships that are abusive, that there is no money and fame involved? Let's not act like only women with money and fame stay in abusive relationships.
They're dumb.
All right, so I wouldn't say that.
I mean, if you want to get your ass beat on a constant basis, then I'm not feeling sorry for you. If you think that is love, then you need to see a psychiatrist. You need some other type of help, some other type of therapy, because a man constantly beating on you for no reason, when you wake up, he hits you in your eye. Why? Because he felt like it. Like, why would you stay in a relationship like that? You need help. You need help. That is not love.
Yeah, definitely. Based on the movie, she started drinking and taking prescription drugs as a result of the beatings.
Pain.
To kill the pain.
Yes.
You don't sound like you believe that. All right, so
while still getting checks and living a lavish life.
She portrayed it as Eazy-E and Jerry Heller wanted her to leave Dr. Dre. And actually, when she found out she's pregnant, Jerry Heller wanted her to get an abortion.
But she didn't want to.
Yeah.
Oh, no, she said Dre forced her.
Well, Dre. I mean, you know.
To add on to the other rack of kids that he already had when she met him.
Yeah. I mean.
So she went and got help.
well, she should have gotten help, but I mean, they eventually left Ruthless Records, hook up with Suge Knight, formed Death Row Records.
Yeah, but she went to rehab and got help, and when she came out of rehab, Dr. Dre had moved on with his whole entire life.
Yes. Yes, but I mean, she's leaving out a lot of things, I'm sure. A lot of people that were on Death Row Records did not portray her as an angel, and I'm not making excuses for her. I'm just saying Dr. Dre putting his hands on her. Different women react differently to abuse. Some women can fight it physically, and some women can't deal with it.
Right, and they moved on to Suge Knight, and she started sleeping with Suge, and he was beating her ass. So what, she got like a beat my ass sign on her fucking forehead?
She did have the parental advisory sticker on her face, but no, she does not have that. Suge Knight, Dr. Dre, both big guys, beating up on a woman. I mean, what's that? Here's the thing. For all Suge Knight's, reputation, have we ever known of any guy that Suge Knight personally himself beat up? No. Now I ain't talking about with all the help. Just him, Suge Knight. One Suge Knight. The one time I saw him square off with somebody.
He was in a car.
No, not that. Before that, there was a barber in L.A. that he fought who's about my height, who knocked Suge Knight out about 5 years ago.
The bigger they are, the harder they fall.
Right. Dr. Dre not known to get in any physical fights with anybody.
Except for women.
But both of them beating on women. Now, I don't approve of that.
I don't approve of that either, but you leave from one abusive relationship to another abusive relationship, and in the second abusive relationship, you're not even the main chick. You a side piece.
Suge Knight was married after she came home from rehab, based on the movie, the way the movie projected it. She started seeing Suge Knight.
Yeah, and she like getting that $30,000 a month just to get her ass beat and not doing nothing at all. But she was getting $30,000 a month from Suge to do absolutely nothing but be a side piece.
I mean, I guess she wasn't working, and so he was paying her money. That money could have actually been her money, because she did release an album that did not hit, but she released an album on Death Row Records. She did some work on the Chronic.
Her an employee.
Yeah, but I mean, she was an employee of Death Row
Records.
Records.
Nuts. That's it.
So while she's in jail, this part's kind of crazy. So while she's in jail, he proposes they get married, but he's still married to, his actual wife. So that was a bigamy, right?
Yes.
So if you get married when you're already married, that marriage doesn't count?
No.
Okay.
And he knew that.
Okay.
He was giving that girl hope to be the main chick.
I don't even know if that's a good thing. So you seem to me like you kind of side with Dre and Suge.
I mean, I don't side with them. It's just like, why now, Michelle? Why you, Michel'le? I'm sorry. Why now? Like, NWA came out, it got its big boom, and then all of a sudden you come out with your little Lifetime. You couldn't even make it to the big screen because nobody wanted to touch it. Like, why? What was your point?
It's telling her side.
No one cares about you.
I mean, she's capitalizing off the success of Straight Outta Compton. No doubt about that.
Right. No one cared about you in 2000. No one cared about you in 1999, 98, 97, 96, 95, 94, 96.
No, I cared. I cared. She had an album called Hung Jury in 1998 on Death Row Records. I was probably one of the only people that got it.
It sold one
My homeboy
copy.
Greg got it too. So at least two copies that I know of.
No one even cared about you or your story, and now you wait till NWA come out, and then you come out with this crazy movie. Like, I feel sorry for you, but after a while, that victim shit don't roll with me. When you constantly stay in the same type of relationships, you getting gifts and money to stay in a relationship. Like, you definitely was getting hella child support when the kids was younger.
Did you see her on R&B Divas?
Yes, I did.
Yeah, I mean, clearly she has.
She's okay.
She's got some things going on. I think she got some things going on mentally, and she's had some trouble. I think this is therapy for her. They did not touch on her in the movie, really. Straight Outta Compton, they didn't really.
Because it was nothing about her that made NWA.
No, that's true. That's true, and that's why she wanted to tell her story.
Why?
I think she's completely fine. If any woman that I've
Easy
dealt with in my life want to tell her story,
right.
by all means, tell your fucking story.
Where's Easy? Why Easy wife ain't tell her story?
Well, she wasn't a public figure. Tamika wasn't a public figure.
Okay, everybody else is quiet, and then she comes out and want to tell her story.
New Edition has a story coming. I want to see that. I want to see Bobby in there. I want to see Bobby get loose. All right, so Michel'le, I think that final thoughts. Michel'le is completely fine to tell her story, tell it the way you want to tell it.
Tell it, girl.
And Little Kim had a problem with the way she was portrayed in the Notorious movie. Little Kim, tell your story. A lot of people want to see it. I do, right? Tell
her
your
and
story.
Faith are like the best of friends now.
Which is crazy. Now it's crazy after the fact. Faith Evans and Biggie have an album coming out together called The King and I. February. It's interesting. Random.
Because I think like
capitalize on that.
You sit there and you fight over a nigga that's not even really y'all's at all. Like at the end of the day,
he belongs to hip hop.
He belongs to hip hop, or he belongs to himself. Like, why are we beefing? Like, it's stupid.
Biggie was bisexual. Ugh. Did you hear some of those lyrics on the song?
I don't even want to think about Biggie Smalls hitting it on the.
He said, "Look so good, I'll suck on your daddies." He said it. Read it. Check it out. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Diamond K Show, at Radio on Fire.